At my law firm, we represent many victims that have been injured while riding their bicycle. And we frequently see the same pattern of collisions, which lead, frankly, to very serious injuries involving bicyclists. Now, anytime a bicyclist is involved in an accident where they're ejected off of their bicycle and or where they collide with a stationary object or an object that is traveling at a high rate of speed, like a car or a truck, serious injuries ensue. They involve cars making right or left-hand turns. We also see a lot of cars making unsafe lane changes and colliding with the bicyclists. And we also see, frankly, more than ever, incidents involving bicyclists colliding with cars where the passenger, whether it's an Uber or a taxi, or even just a regular passenger of the vehicle, opens their door directly into the path of a bicyclist. So anytime a person is involved in a bicycle accident, we see a wide range of injuries. We hope that following an accident, a bicyclist is able to simply get up off the ground or off the car, shake it off, and have only scrapes and bruises. But more often than not, we see some very serious injuries. And that is irrespective of whether or not a bicyclist is actually wearing a helmet. Now, most bicyclists, fortunately, are wearing helmets, but they only provide a certain level of protection. And brain injuries are common. Broken bones from being thrown off the bicycle and impacting either a car or the ground are common. And soft tissue injuries and very severe scarring or road rash is also quite common. Now, although not specifically referred to as a bicyclist or a bicycle, we do represent a lot of people that are injured on e-bikes. Now, e-bikes, as people are familiar, do not require insurance, have a certain threshold as to how fast they can go, and are generally operated by battery. The same types of collisions involving bicyclists occur to people operating e-bikes. The injuries are just as severe because anytime you have an injury or an accident that involves no protection or physical protection from a steel structure like a car or a truck, serious injuries ensue. For most people operating bicycles or even e-bikes, they don't have insurance, which is why, or in many cases, which is why they choose to use a bicycle. They'd rather not use a vehicle to commute, which is their choice. But what that means is that they don't have access to an insurance policy of their own. So many pedestrians or bicyclists think that, well, since I don't have insurance, how am I supposed to access any of these benefits? Well, the law has contemplated that. And how it works is a bicyclist that is not at fault for their accident, meaning that somebody else caused or contributed to the accident, they actually, in fact, have two avenues of recourse, provided that there was a collision with a motor vehicle. And a motor vehicle is defined as a car, a truck, a motorcycle, and in certain circumstances, buses. And under what's referred to as the Accident Benefit Schedule, or the Statutory Accident Benefit Schedule, or the SABS, a bicyclist can access a variety of benefits that will provide him with or her with not only coverage for an income replacement benefit, but it can also provide access to medical and rehabilitation expense or attendant care. Now, anytime a person is involved in a serious accident, they need access to prompt medical treatment. And that's what the Accident Benefit Schedule and an application for accident benefits gives you access to. The second avenue of recourse for those that have far more serious injuries is what's referred to as a tort claim. And a tort claim is where you sue for your pain and suffering, any past loss of income, future loss of income, or any future healthcare expenses you may have. How are serious injuries defined? Well, the law discusses that, and it outlines what's considered a certain threshold that is required before you are eligible for compensation for pain and suffering and future care costs. But that's best left for lawyers to determine as to what is a serious and permanent impairment, even though it is frankly a medical legal test that has to be certified by doctors. But most people that are involved in bicycle accidents end up having what is referred to as a serious injury that is often permanent, which is why it's best to contact a law firm, make sure that you're following the right processes, making sure that you're accessing the right benefits to cover the expensive healthcare costs that you now need, that you don't have access to through OHIP. And most importantly, you can access the court system through a lawsuit, which will make sure that your future is protected once your accident benefits expire.